the Ask a Pro series where we can all learn to get that little bit quicker. We just need someone to come on today. Okay, so a man needing absolutely no introduction at all, although we'll just touch on the fact that he's, just to pick a couple of items, 7 times EOS champion and a 3 times European champion. Really pleased to have Michal Orlowski on the channel to go over some awesome points. So welcome, Michal.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, it's good. We were just talking then. I think you're an absolute perfect candidate to have you on this kind of mini series because, well, obviously, apart from the fact you are one of the greatest of all time RC drivers, and I think a lot of people agree with that. You are, you know, your preparation and your practice and the work that you put in, I think is kind of second to none. So I think it'd be awesome to have a little catch up just about that and yeah, see where we go.
Yeah, sure. I put a lot of effort into it, and I think many people look at RC racing as a hobby and don't really concentrate on the stuff that real athletes do. But I try and be as professional as I can, and I can feel that it's paying off recently. So it's good to share those things, as people definitely can learn a lot.
Yeah, no, and I think they're the points that I really want to touch on and the things that people can do, not just whilst they're at the track, kind of off the track mindset. You know, what kind of things are you doing sort of off track? Obviously, I know that you obviously like to keep healthy. What kind of sort of mental preparations do you do at home, or really just to stay into that like athlete mindset? Because ultimately, that is what you are. And a lot of the professional RC drivers that take it seriously, it's you know you are a professional athlete. So what kind of things do you do there to help you in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, for us, I guess the most important preparation is preparing the cars. So that's not really a mindset thing, but if I prepare my cars well, and I know I've put a lot of effort into it and a lot of time, then I feel at ease and I feel lots of confidence that the equipment is perfectly prepared. I like everything to look very nice on my cars to make sure it looks good, and then if it looks good, it's gonna go fast. So that's, I think, the
Yeah.
most important thing to put into time at home. And I know it's very difficult for loads of people to spend those hours wrenching on the cars, but for us, I mean, this is like the biggest thing, I guess, to start with. That's very important. Need to rebuild those cars, refresh shocks, stiffs, that sort of stuff. I mean, I know some people, they like never rebuilt a diff before, or they've never changed their shock oil in their shocks, and have been driving like that for many months. So I think that's like the first step to take is the preparation on the cars at home. That's the first thing. And mindset, it's hard to it's hard to prepare at home, I would say. I think mindset practice comes with a lot of experience, and like racing wise, you need to experience the fights in the finals, or the pressure of starting first in the final,
Yeah.
to know how it feels and how to control it. Because no one, I mean, I get nervous all the time, of course, and everyone gets nervous, but it I feel like it's good to be nervous, but you need to find a way and learn how to control those nerves, and keep cool, and drive basically like when you're practicing. I know loads of people that are extremely fast when they practice, and then it comes to racing, and they put in those fast laps, but they cannot make a clean 5 minute run.
Yeah.
So the experience, I think that's really important, to experience those difficult situations and high pressure racing incidents, or as I said, like starting first in the final. I mean, at the first time probably I had something like that, it was nerve wracking. Where now I start first in the final, and my mindset going into the finals is I have loads of confidence because I was the quickest in qualifying. I'm not
Yeah,
worried.
yeah.
Oh my god, I have 9 cars. If I make one mistake, then I'm gonna lose positions. That's definitely not what you should be thinking of.
No, and you've built
What you should be
that
thinking of.
confidence.
Yeah, yeah. So starting first now gives me loads of confidence. But when I was younger, I remember I I think it was in 2015, a few months after I won the Euros at Robin Hood. I went to the Worlds in Yatabe in Japan, and I was starting second in four drive, and I can't remember those finals. I was so nervous, and I totally messed up every single final and finished fourth somehow at the end. But I went back
Yeah, I
to
remember that
those
one.
finals. I would behave completely different. So it comes with experience for sure. But what I can say how to, I mean, everyone is gonna experience those things, and we want to somehow prepare first rather than experience it. So I think the most important thing is to stay positive. And as I said, like
Yep.
if I'm starting first, just look at the positives. I was the fastest in qualifying. I did the cleanest 5 minute runs, and I can just pull away now from everyone else and win the finals rather than thinking
So
of
just
how many cars they're behind or who is starting behind me.
yeah, so just have that mindset of, or you're always thinking forward. There's no need to look back when you've proven yourself to
Exactly.
be first. You don't, obviously be wary of the cars behind you, but ultimately you're pole for a reason, or you're at the top
Yeah.
for a reason. So
Yeah.
no, and I think that's a really good point you touched on earlier, just about the preparation of the cars, in a sense of, if they look good and you've got a happy mindset, and mentally that car is prepped to perfection, and everything's new and everything's refreshed, then at least you can take any doubt out of your mind there, and you can go into that race or that qualifying or even that practice session with ultimately the confidence that you need to remove those nerves.
Exactly. Exactly. And I know that loads of people they make one crash and then the whole run just goes bad. There's a crash, another crash, another crash. So after that first crash, they just don't come back to that zone where they're really concentrated and happy with how the run is going. So it's really tough to go back to that. But if you make a single crash in a run, I mean, nothing is really lost. You can make up the time, or at least it's better to finish second or third rather than 8th or 15th, as each
Yeah.
crash moves you back. So many positions. So it's always important to stay cool and keep a positive mindset. I think that's the biggest thing. Just keep a positive mindset. During a race. I mean, the big races they take like 3 or more days. So the first day, if it goes bad, I mean everything can change around. You can still you don't have to finish first in practice to win the race. And I've had it so many times when I was struggling at the beginning, and and then somehow we changed it around and we won the race, or the other way, we're dominating in practice, and then we kind of settled down. We're overconfident, and then everything went badly after that
Yeah.
towards the end, and we lost it. So it's always important to stay positive, but also keep working towards the end result. Not let yourself settle down and think that we're the fastest right now, so we don't have to do anything on the car, or just you will lose concentration, or the others will catch up, and then you will lose the race.
Yeah, no, I think they're awesome points, and obviously you are at the absolute top level of the game, and I think regardless of what level you are at, it kind of echoes down in exactly the same way. It's just relevant to whatever final you're in. So I think there's a lot to learn from the points you just said, and it's good to kind of hear that you're going through the same process that everybody is at any level. It's
Yeah,
kind of these things, and as you say, you've got to go out and experience these things to sort of learn how to deal with them and move forward, because if you're in a world's or a European final, and like you say, it was your first one, you're obviously that rostrum's probably going to be shaking to bits, you know, with
Exactly.
nerves. But
Exactly.
you go up there now, and I'd imagine you're still nervous, but you're
Yes.
gonna channel that and perform in most cases.
Yeah, I mean, I always say to myself that it's good to be nervous, and if I feel nervous, I'm happy about it because I know that's when my concentration level is going to be the highest, and
Yeah,
I've learned how to control those nerves. So now, being nervous, I see it as a positive thing, as I know I'm going to be in my zone. I'm going to be the most concentrated I can be, and I'm going to drive at my best. So
yeah,
now
and if
I feel like when I'm nervous, then I'm happy that I'm nervous rather than being extremely scared that I'm getting nervous and thinking that I'm gonna make mistakes or stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's yeah,
definitely. And the nerves, I think, you know, like a lot of people say, if you're nervous about something, you care about it, and obviously, if you care about it, you're going to,
exactly.
you know, you want to perform, you want to be the best you can be. So
Yeah,
no, I think I think there's some really good points there for people watching. Preparation, mindset. You have to go through the races. You have to experience the good and the bad and the challenging sort of areas and experiences in order to push forward. So, and I think what you touched on earlier about, you know, you're going in, if you have a bad practice or a bad qualifier, first, second qualifier, the race isn't over. You've still got
yeah,
lots of time. Just change the mindset, go in, be positive, and perform.
exactly.
No, I think that's awesome. So when you're at the track, so just going to touch on the practice side. So when you're at a track, because obviously you post up lots of videos, we all like to see you out practicing because obviously you're testing, you know, a lot, which is awesome. So when you are at the track and you are testing or you're practicing, are you practicing and making changes and always testing it? If you're just practicing to improve or trying to learn a track, are you just doing laps, or are you making changes to try and get more speed out the car? What do you think people should do? Do you think you should just focus on doing laps at the track, making changes? What's your general process when it comes to practice? I think practice
Um,
and testing is obviously two different things for you. So if we just talk
yeah.
on the practice side, how are you sort of
Mm,
practicing at the track?
it, it, in my opinion, differs depending on what level you are at. Because at the moment, when I do so many different classes and I race so many different cars, it's really important for me to go to different tracks and test with these cars on those
Yeah,
tracks where the big races are going to be. So we're going, to the tracks before the European Championships, before EOS, before the World Championships to learn a lot. And over there, then I give myself, let's say, 2 or 3 runs, and after that, we're without changing the car to learn the track, and then we're testing things on the car to try and improve, because that's where I can improve the most when I'm at the race. It's not the racing lines or the speed I'm taking at certain sections. It's just the setup of the car, which is so crucial in every motorsport, and in ours, I mean, it's huge, and it's unbelievable how big difference 1 millimeter change can make. Or
cut, 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 cut. I promised, no matter how good the information, these videos wouldn't go longer than 15 minutes. But given the fact we're speaking to Orlowski, there's going to be a part 2 and it's going to come up in the next couple of days. Subscribe, don't miss it. See you there.